not growing tired of me decorating, y'all, because I love doing it. It's spring, and it's towards the afternoon. I had a doctor's appointment, some blood work, shopping, grocery shopping, because we're hosting Easter. But yeah. So since I've taken Christmas down, this has pretty much been what it has been. So this is a cupboard that as soon as you enter our front door, this is the cupboard you see. So I've always had it packed with something, but y'all, if you watch the channel long enough, you know that I have a passion for collecting terracotta pots. I love gardening. I love the thought of bringing that in the indoors. So I thought, that's spring, that should be decor. So that's what I'm going to do today. Is I'm going to take this one down, which looks like it's marred up the wall a little bit, but we'll put something else to hide that. So this is like an old register vent. Not willing to get rid of it quite yet. Not sure if this piece is going to work or not, but I thought the hue would be a little bit better color. It's an old shaker that Chris picked up at an auction. So I might flip it the other way. Yeah, I think I'm going to flip it the other way. Okay, so we'll see how that works. This cupboard was a gift from my in-laws when we got married. When Chris was growing up, it held their clothes. So in our old house, we used it as a pantry cupboard. And in this house, we use it to hold our shoes. It's a beautiful old antique cupboard, the stories that it could tell. But I love the big space to decorate. So whether I end up keeping this, I don't know, y'all. We'll find out. But let's see how I can work. I love the thought that it's a shaker and that we're putting like stuff. We're putting stuff. So as true to form, I'm going to be doing my biggest items first. So this is a really dark, like not so much from the door. There's a light. That corner kind of throws off a shadow. So I'll do my best to film. So I hope that I inspired you, because why do all the terracotta pots have to be outside? Once I started adding them into the green cupboard, I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally know what I'm going to be doing, because this is not anything I'm ever going to paint. I love the patina of this wood. It actually probably at one time was painted and somebody stripped it down. I think we'll give you a sneak peek. Yes, shoes. So yeah, somebody at one time had it painted. So yeah. Okay. So some of the pieces you've seen me paint because I loved them. So that's why I wanted to kind of hide. I'm like, I have a bigger piece to hide that back there, but I love the screen as the background. Just trying to push it back as far as I can get it without it toppling over. I don't think that it will. Okay, so I didn't want all my greens to match, so you just saw me spray this. So I'm like, totally am going to spray that because the black would not do it justice. And hope that these little sifters that I've been holding on to, look at that green. So not necessarily are all the greens going to match in this one. And this actually had some nails left that I didn't take out on purpose, with the hopes that I could figure that out. That one's not going to stay that way. We'll probably have to play with that a little bit. But my plan for this guy, I have a plan. In a recent haul, Chris got me a ton of terracotta pots, and I'm like, I don't know if I needed any more. Love that man. Yes. So I've always seen others do this. So that's what I'm going to do. I have more, don't worry. Oh yes, yes. Somebody for whatever reason had cement on them. I don't know why, but I didn't care because that gave it patina and they weren't perfect. Because I don't necessarily want them to be perfect. But I love the thought of that. Oh my goodness. Oh, two more? I think I can probably find two more. Okay, finish it up with two more. There we go. Which makes a big guy. So I'll just figure out where I want pieces and parts. This is actually an old, I think it held oil cans. So I don't know. It may not stay. I'm not sure. So I'll work with it. But I know I'm going to fill this up with some of those terracotta pots also. It doesn't have to be repetitive. I do have, I don't know if these will fit or they won't fit. Or I'm just going to stack them. So these are old flower frogs because there's that metal tag I put on there. Oh, this one might fit in there. That smaller one does. So I can't say that people always see the same vision in my retail booth as I do. Okay, that's too big. It hangs over. I have to be on my tippy toes here. A little stack of little pots. Kind of make them share some space. I have so many elements I want to do. This is just one of the water catchers. I've got some more little terracotta. I'm going to flip this over and use it as a riser though. So I have some more of the flower frogs. I told you I love them. I usually don't pass them up. But look at, everything's better under a cloche. I'll probably add something of color in a second. Because the problem is you all love cloches just as much as I do, so I end up selling them to y'all. So the next thing you know, I run out of cloches. Not pass them up. So another big flower frog. And maybe that looks weird on the terracotta. So what about this cute little one that I just painted? Take that down. I just painted him not too long ago. See if that looks a little bit better. Maybe. Or maybe steal this out of a haul that you haven't even seen yet. Oh, there you go. I shop faster than I show you guys. So, oh, that's cute. And y'all saw me. I showed this, the brush and comb. Can't really see the brush and comb, but that's okay. So I'm going to move this over. I love it with these. And this addiction all started because a viewer sent me 3 of these because she thought they looked like butter pats and she did not even know how much I wanted to find those. So to Amazon I went. I've ordered twice because I wasn't sure. Like when the first time I ordered, I'm like, is this what I wanted? You know, was that right? And they were. I love them. Time to add in some of the larger. I never care if they're cracked. I'm not using them. I am using them, but not using them. So yeah. So I got that. Got some more space to fill. I love that you can stack these. That just makes my heart so happy about being able to stack these terracotta pots. Too tall. Okay. Get some variance in height so that it's staggered. You'll know when you know. You'll know when you love it. You will know. that's just how it goes. Okay, I think some of these little pots are going to go down here. I guess they're for like candles, oils. That's why they have that little spout looking. Okay. I will probably never put a candle or an oil in them. Okay, this is a homemade flower frog, but I loved the patina, the squares of it. So we're gonna stick it in that little drawer. I would flip that drawer upside down, but it doesn't fit. It's a custom job. So to use it as a riser, I can't. It doesn't flip that way, but I can put stuff in it. I went out to my shed and I thought, okay, we just need to start adding some wood element in here. And you know how that goes. You got to play with it. Always got to play. We got a little hoe and a little rake. And they may have been outside in my garden spot last year, but they're not this year. They're inside this year. I'm bringing my spring. I'm not ready. Maybe we might have some concrete work done out back where I put most of the stuff last year. Well, not all, but and none of this was last year. Actually, this is all new, other than the rakes and the little garden signs. So we're kind of like on hiatus with that. So yeah, you know, why not bring the things that you love inside? Who says you can't bring your terracotta and your greens and get everything all springy in the inside? I do have a couple salvaged pieces to see if we can fill in this space here. I know it might have my booth price on there. I might have stolen them out of my booth. I had a lot of these at one time. Oh. Now another little fence post piece. Nope, I think right there. So they are cow identification tags. But they are green and then they're yellow. And I thought, oh my gosh, that would be, if they had more, I totally would have bought more. I love them. I have a thing for numbers. It's a really tall space. I had to get a step ladder. Okay. So unfortunately, sometimes terracotta is very breakable. These were in a haul. They were broken. And sometimes pieces and parts tell just as much of a story as the whole aged item itself. So that is what I'm going to do. May not be everybody's jam. They may like, throw that away. You don't need, you don't need those pieces and parts, but I do. I like them. So that's what I'm going to do with them. And then that makes that pop just a little bit more. Let's see, how many can I fit in here? A lot. I can fit a lot. I need a frog. I need a real frog. I need a real frog in here. I don't think I have any. There again, I sell stuff too fast. I have an idea. Stack a few. No, I don't have a lot of flower frogs. No. Maybe a few here and there. And I'm just going to turn around. I didn't like any of this that I put up here. I just kind of, after I had Christmas, this is what I did. I'm like, I'm just going to throw all this stuff up. Do not love any of it at all. It does not have to stay. What I do love is my sign. My pottery miniature sign. Love that sign. So then I can fill this up with some of my pieces. Don't need that. We'll find another use for that. So let's see, maybe that green will work better over here since it didn't really match the stuff that I had painted. And maybe that in my little shaker, maybe it'll behave itself here because it did not behave itself over there. It wanted to fall down over there. You can stack them different ways. They don't all have to stack on top of each other like that. Okay, went out in my stash and picked up some more. Yes, I'm sure all of you that watch the Ginger Chick channel have seen my introductions and my outs of sanding in front of the terracotta collection out in our shop studio. Of course, I'm going to do that in that space because I'm there. That's my work. That's where I'm going to see my lovelies all the time. So do y'all want to know how, if you can't find old ones, I can share with you how to age them if you want. So yeah, something ordinary most people have in their kitchen. Flour. And if you're a craft or DIYer, you probably have this in your supplies, Mod Podge. And then a brush. And then whatever terracotta you have. Some are new in packaging. Okay, these were just, you know, as you see, probably thrifted. Can't get any newer than that, right? Still in packaging. So, Mod Podge. Just going to take some of it, and then we're just going to dust it on. And you can wet them to age them, whatever you want. You can darken it. I have some water here to add a little bit more age to the bottom. Of course, it's usually the top that seems to get the calcification from the water. So I'm going to take a spoon, and I'm just going to dust it onto the terracotta. And now we'll just let that dry. Okay, so if you want to age some terracotta, then you want to have more than just the white. So the decrepit dust, and then Dixie Belle actually has an earth color. So let's see how this works. Dip my brush in my water again. Put it on my terracotta pot. Roll it in my flour that I've already tested out. Use your finger, you can use a brush. I'm just going to use my finger because I'm going to be adding some of the dusts to it in a second. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of earth. And if you don't have these, cinnamon, nutmeg, you know what, will work too. Probably will keep the bugs away. But if you want to buy some new and you want to age them, just have fun. There's not any rhyme or reason. If you see all the ones that I've been using, there's no rhyme and reason of how the dirt gets on it or how it ages. So there's that. So you can do it just white, or you could add a little dirt to it. There you go. Hey, hold on, I had an idea. Because it's white on white, you know, all my walls are white, and that's the way I like it. They're cloud. Hold on a second. Okay, say a prayer. Say a prayer that this isn't too tall. It is not too tall. May have to nail it. But that then makes this little sign, even though I have them hanging, it makes that pop. Don't leave myself a ton of room. yellow again on the sides, but that'll be okay. I don't want to use all my yummies up here anyway. Okay, that's too big now. That's okay. I got another one of those beasts. They are beasts. They're huge. I like them though. Fill in this space with some more. I like that they're all different hues and different colors. And so this one we see like from my living room. I can see this hutch, so I always, it's got ironstone in it. I don't usually play around with that too much. Big pieces, I have an idea for my biggest piece in here. I love the poppy yellow that I did in the jadeite color cupboard, so I went ahead and ordered some florals. I usually have this chamber pot up here with this baby grass in it. So I'm going to go ahead and take that out. Amazon, and I ordered a whole bunch of these tulips. They are so reasonably priced. Oh, I can't even tell you, you know. And I think it's because it's a short season, maybe. I don't know, but I'm gonna put that back in there. And I know this is my main. I love that pop of yellow. So I could do floral foam, but I think I can just arrange them. And they are wired. I put, what is there, 30 of them, maybe? I don't know. Maybe. I think that's 30. They are wired so you can push them so they're not like all just winging straight up. So I've been toying with the idea. This I've had this so long, y'all. Toying with the idea of painting this one, but at the moment I've not done it. It has a little, I love cubbies because you can put littles in them. And then like this one you can use as a riser to put stuff a little bit higher. So I think I'm going to move those over. Now, this is not the prop. This is not what's crooked. This is an old pie safe. So it is not level. It is not flat. It tells a story. But perfect. This has been taken down since Christmas because I changed out something else I had. So this is just such a touch of spring, being able to add these little fellers in here. Green, the tulips, the terracotta make you think about planting season. Some new in with the old. I think this one's actually got some painting on it. I want to see if I can add this in somehow. These adorbs that I love. Oh, you know, it's so hard figuring out what to leave out and put in next time. So these have usually always had my oil cans that I painted forever ago. I always like them paired together. Trying to figure out if I can fit anything in here. It's not the evenest, most even bottom in here at all. Or no, I didn't like that. That's okay. Remember, it's always okay not to like something. I do have some old tools though. So it's kind of I don't know. It's too green. Is that too green? Stick with I love the green, but I like the rust showing. All my greens may not be matching. You know, sometimes we have to talk the things nice for them to sit where we want them to sit. Okay, I don't know if I like that green with it. I love these. Maybe I should paint some more, steal some more of Chris's. You know, Chris resells tools and stuff like that, and I stole these out of his stash, so maybe I need to paint something. Paint it. So I can use those somewhere else, or you never know where I might add them in, but I think I want to put some of these. I told you I ordered a few. Even though this is not rusty crusty, it's okay. Still got a little cute terracotta going on there. And they could go up there and showcase up there maybe. The big old grain scoop have anything to do with gardening? It's rusty crusty. So I felt like I needed some height there. Hey, flower frogs. Definitely needed to add some of that because then that color matches that color. Then I found some rusty crusty. You know, that's why it's good to have a stash. Because then you can use them. Things. Had another idea. You know how that works. Entire process is an idea. Recently painted this, but I think this hue matches that hue. I didn't paint that one. I washed it. That's what it turned into. I don't know if my chamber pot will be too heavy. If it will be too, as long as I get it for some height. I just know. I'm not married to it, but we'll see. Flower frogs that I find are the hardest to find are, I think they're called hairpin. And I just can't sell them because I lost a box at an auction and have regretted it ever since because they're not very common in our area anyway. So there's those, the pokey flower frogs, and then there's that, you know, that type. And so, yeah, I have a few green ones, but yeah, I'm not going to miss out on them again. Now, I like the height of that this gave. Not married to the star though, but I don't think I have enough terracotta pots up here by any means. No, I don't. So this will be harder to move when I want to stage things though, that's for sure. I patina this little guy, maybe this little guy. I told you it's not completely even. Needs to go in here. And then maybe those can go down there. It's all about playing until you're completely happy with it. Doesn't have to, your decor doesn't have to make sense to anybody but yourself. And sometimes that doesn't even make sense then, but it's just about loving it, changing it out, getting to dust that way. So I might, hold on, move again, test something else out. Putting this next to that, which doesn't match at all. And then there can I put my fun little price tags on my oil cans up there. Slide in another set of Terra. Yeah, there we go. I love those. I've loved them ever since I've done them. Kind of like this when I staged it in there. This candle. I know it's taller, but do have another piece of galvanized that actually I used at my old house for Clorox wipes. It fit perfectly, but I'm not going to worry about taking that label off because I think I want to add some of the yellow. I have more of the yellow tulips. So I told myself with the left-in chicks and ducks that I used that I had seen the bunnies. And I wasn't going to buy the bunnies because every time I run across the bunnies, the ears are broken, so I know that they're so fragile. But the booth was 40% off, and I kept thinking about them. I'm like, oh, shoot. So next thing you know, I'm thinking about buying some bunnies. So there we are. Hello, bunnies. There again, I think that bunnies are kind of classic, and you don't have to like get rid of the bunnies just because it's, you know, Easter's over. Oh, little cuties. Oh my gosh, they're little cuties. I don't know if I like them completely on top of each other though, but very cute. Yeah, so I think these are left in, and then these, I think these are somebody else, but still, those darn ears are so dangerous. Stick a little flower frog next to him. I feel like I need to stack these in here. I've had this in my stash that I just saw. I'm like, and then these are some very well loved register tags. So you can see why I just kind of have like, yeah, they've just been hanging out there. The question now, can I fit any of the Dollar Tree carrots in here? I don't know. If I'll love it, if I won't love it. It's okay if I don't love it. Just fun to randomly add them. Not the best. Dollar Tree's not the best ones. Chris is helping me decide. I decided I didn't like the chamber pot. It stuck out like a sore thumb.
He's so helpful.
Unfortunately, I have to keep it the other way because apparently somebody was selling it for $1.98.
$1.98.
You would have loved that.
A little magic eraser if I don't like it. It probably needs to go that way anyway. So thank you as always for hanging with me as I get to play with my decor, something I love to do. Yes, I love to shop and I love to share my ideas of what I do with that once I have it in my possession. Sometimes I'm sitting on it. I have, do y'all have those rooms and those boxes that have your decor that you're just not willing to get rid of? I mean, because you want to change with the seasons, and every time I do like a deep clean, I guess you would call it, I'm constantly changing out my decor. And it's spring to me. I don't have to take this down just because it's Easter. And I can't believe how much I love the little bunnies and pray to God that they stay intact. No, Tater doesn't jump up on this cupboard. So again, thanks for watching. We will see you next time, and you can see what we're up to. Bye.